Justin Zone's Weird Theater. I'm your host, Justin. I need no introduction. So today's movie I've decided to focus on today is one called Lovelines. Now, if you're not familiar with this movie, you're not missing much. It's actually only really been released on, VHS, which obviously not many people still own those. Anyway, now the movie may not be familiar, but people who are in it are. So far, we have Mary Beth Evans, who, as you know, was always being tracked down by the Terminator. Yes, she is actually in this movie, and she sings. Okay, let me reiterate. I'm not sure if she actually really sings or what, but she's actually, she does, she's actually quite good. And then we also have Micheal Winslow. If you're not familiar with that is, you have seen the Police Academy movie, stuff like that. That's him. He's actually in this movie, and he's not have changed that. And then there's this one guy, Gary Bradfold. I do not know. The only movie I was able to find out else he was in was one called Zapped. Maybe that will be another movie I track down later on and show you. So let us begin with Lovelines. Well, here we are. We are checking out the movie Lovelines. This is the movies. Now, the focus of the story is about a battle of a bands competition, which Micheal Winslow's character is representing. He's trying to get a big name record label guy to, right there. Now, what's interesting about this is, yes, you have two competing high schools, and you have two rival bands. It's kind of like a Romeo and Juliet, only with bands. It's just some kind of interesting stuff that happens. We're going to keep skipping a little. Oh. And now here we are at the competition. We get to see this one band. These are crazy looking guys. Let's see if we can find. Okay. Yeah, there she is. Mary Beth Evans singing. She obviously doesn't look like she's getting too terminated. So yeah, she's sitting around. She's singing her song. Now let's get to the other guy's song. Oh nope, hold on. Let's see. We're almost there. Almost there. Right there. And they have some really, this is a 80s comedy. You cannot expect that they're not going to be original music. You can find a soundtrack, but apparently I've been told it's really, really hard to find this soundtrack. Now they're singing. Let's get to now, this guy that's about to, these two are friends of the guy who's singing just now. Here comes, this is that girl's brother. His name is Godzilla. Ooh, he is something else. They're doing this whole big chasing scene throughout the movie. Oh, I love that. Just the camera angles. Why would you leave your friend like that? Anyway, they're having their common chase. Let's get their. Oh, hold on. I want to get to show you the actual. And there's Micheal Winslow. Here's the actual car chase that goes on. Every great comedy in the world has to have a car chase. And I love it. This is just your random comedy, and there's nothing wrong about it. And I love what they do here. How many cars do you know actually have a gun in the back? That's really cool. They have a gun in the back. And apparently have booze bombs. Booze bombs. Now, obviously, you're like, what the hell is that? Fire one, Lister Sulu. And kaboom! Alright, now we're going to stop here. Alright, so they're going to Piper's house. That's the girl's name. They want to meet each other. He wants to meet her and she wants to meet him. They're in love. But obviously they can't. The Piper's Godzilla's sister. Gets the spirits. Oh my God, such a corny joke for the 80s. Oh man, this movie. like, and all the music in it is just like, apparently, you know, as I said about the soundtrack, but you can find the soundtrack. Oh, the clothes back then, my God, I wouldn't be caught dead in any of those. So, I mean, we have all these random scenes that happen till it leads up. And here, we find they get to meet and hang out, you know. Oh, I'm in love with you, you're in love with me. Let's see here. You know, and here she's telling him about, and this is, his name's Rick, so now, that's Godzilla's girlfriend, this stupid little person. She overhears what they say, so, hold on, I'm going to show you the scene where poor Rick gets beat up. Poor Rick, you know, he really likes, and there he is right there getting, you know, we see what, let's, yep. Poor guy, he got beat up, and all he did was love this girl. You know, I could talk about this movie over and over again. I mean, it's a real shame that this never made it any further. It's an interesting little movie. I mean, I remember watching this back when I was younger, and my family, you know, I don't know, it's just a real shame. There are all these great movies out there, and we have yet to put them out on DVD, or maybe even Blu-ray, you know, stuff like that. Let's, you know, I mean, get them out there. This is just a mediocre comedy. You have great action, you have some corny lines, but for God's sakes, Micheal Winslow is in it. I mean, come on, Micheal Winslow, he's awesome. You know, and making all those sounds. You know, God, I wish I could do some of the stuff that you know. Now I don't know. He's still alive to my knowledge, because I have heard he did that episode of Robot Chicken. You know, oh, that was just disturbing. She just took all the salad and just put it back on her head. Ugh. My attention to details of certain movies. But if you ever come across this movie, find it, watch it. Please enjoy this movie. These movies are meant to be enjoyed, and they should be. So, you know, if I were to rate this movie, I'd give it about, you know, like my typical rating system, a 3. You know, it's a mediocre comedy, has some good, again, you know, good comedy, good action. It's a little, if you can get past the love story part, it's actually watchable. So, this has been Justin Zone's Weird Theater. Thank you, and I'm off!